few years ago, when I reviewed the Jordan 4 medium olive, I explained why olive is one of my favorite colors to this day. And if you missed it, here's a short version of the story. Now, we all know everyone that started their career, deep in their career, there's always that word crush. That one person that just makes you a little nervous when they come in the room. You just start speaking like an idiot. Their jokes aren't really funny, but you laugh at them. Everything they say means a little bit more. So one day, I was wearing this olive t-shirt, walking to work. Who was it? It was my word crush. And what came out of her mouth next shaped the rest of my life when it comes to this color. It was like, that color looks good on you. And that was it. That was it. To this day, olive, still one of my favorite colors that'll never change. So when they throw olive on this shoe, I'm here for it. Air Jordan 1 Low OG medium olive. And this shoe was dropping on January 31st for $145. And if that price tag is actually correct and confirmed, they upped the price. In this economy, just ask for my credit card or like my bank information. Just take it. It's getting ludicrous out here. But olive, of course, has been used quite a bit from Jordan Brand. Travis Scott obviously has utilized it a lot in his collaborations. You had the Jordan 5 olive, the Jordan 4 medium olive, the Undefeated used the shade of olive as well. This kind of green is super popular. And first impressions of the shoe shouldn't surprise anybody. I love olive. It is one of my favorite colors on a super easy to wear shoe like this. You cannot go wrong. Throw olive on a Jordan 1. I'm absolutely here for it. This is just, ooh, it is as clean as a virgin. This is just so damn clean. And the materials on the shoe, on the base layer, you will just get this white leather, and you do see a bit of that polyurethane coating that can often come on Jordans. So kind of has this more shinier type of look. You do see a bit of that texture on the leather too. And actually for a Jordan 1 Low, it does feel pretty decent. It's not like super thin where it feels just really cheap. So I do like that. And then on the overlays, it is just nubuck. The nubuck here also feels decent. I wouldn't say like anything super premium here, but for a Jordan 1 Low OG, this is kind of a pleasant surprise. The swoosh itself, it is just another leather piece. And one thing to note here is this shoe does bring back the largest swoosh. Chicago's actually had the largest swoosh that retroed last year. Same with this one. And it also has 8 eyelets. So the original, like 1985 Jordan 1 Lows had 8 eyelets. Somewhere along the way, they changed it to 7 for low OGs. But special collaborations like Travis Scott still got the 8 eyelets. 85 Cuts also has 8 eyelets. And I do have to say the olive on the overlays here, just depending on the lighting, might look slightly different. The shade of green, like sometimes under like certain lighting, it can almost look kind of gray, but it does have this kind of like vintage olive kind of shade. Hard to describe in person, but it is olive for all intents and purposes. And then moving around to the booty of the shoe, you will see a Wings logo just debossed into the heel tab here. Non-OGs has the Wings logo like on the heel counter itself. And then moving up the tongue, you will just get this regular Jordan 1 tongue with the Nike Air branding on top. And one difference between the non-OGs and an OG when it comes to the tongue is number one, they have the Jumpman on the tongue for non-OGs. The tongue there is also like much more protruding than like the low OGs. I say they should just get rid of like Jordan 1 Low non-OGs. I don't think they really need to carve out so many different segments of Jordan 1 Lows. Just give us the 85 cuts ideally, but at most just OGs and 85 cuts. And this shoe does come with 1 extra set of laces. So white laces or like sail cream laces. They use sail so much now that I can't really tell sometimes if it's white or sail, unless it's against the backdrop of like really pearl white. So these cream sail laces, as well as black laces out of the box. Which one would I choose? Black laces. I think it just fits this colorway a bit better. So sticking with the black. And in terms of the shape of this low OG, they've also kind of like tweaked it a little bit. And it kind of has this more like slightly rounded toe box that is closer to the 1985 shape. So past few years, some like low OGs can come super slim, overly slim, not like thin chaining here, but the shape here slightly modified closer to the original. And in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 1 lows, comes with just a rubber cup sole with a Nike Air unit just on the heel, barely any cushioning there, you don't really feel it. And the sole here, they did make this sail. This part is pretty apparent that it is sail. So again, going for an aged look. I would have preferred if it was just white there, but sail it is. And of course, you will get the regular concentric circle Jordan 1 outsole in this beautiful, delicious olive green. And speaking of the sole here, it is not exactly the same as like an 85 cut, so the pattern on this part is slightly different. This is just more like the Jordan 1 Low OGs. And the insole of the shoe, it is a Dream Cell insole with this beautiful olive green color, Nike Air branding on the booty. And in terms of the box of the shoe, pretty regular Jordan 1 Nike box. And this shade of olive, like right here on this box, I don't know if the lighting can kind of change it a bit, but in person, this color is just absolutely delicious. I love this shade. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Jordan 1 lows. I stick true to size. It fits me decently, like no pain points in the toe box area. If you don't have wide feet, because the lows actually has slightly like less padding around the ankle there, you could maybe even go down half a size, but definitely get a second opinion. Overall comfort, super old shoe. You don't really feel much. It's just flat to the ground. There's not a lot of softness to it, not responsive. The rubber cup sole is very durable, but that's about the only good thing. So definitely very average in terms of overall comfort. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 1 Low OG medium olive to 29.5 out of 40. Pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. Olive is one of my favorite shades on a shoe. It's just one of my favorite colors in general, full stop. So, of course, in this very clean white base with a black swoosh and olive overlays, really nice. I can't say it's anything like too legendary, like it doesn't stand out too much, but it is very simple, and that's the whole point of this shoe. I do wish they came with just like a white cup sole here though. And in terms of the materials, actually decent for a Jordan 1 Low OGs. Like in past years, they've given us some super thin, like just flimsy leather. But this is actually slightly better than that. The nubuck doesn't feel too bad too. So pleasantly surprised here. And in terms of the comfort, this is where it's always going to hurt the Jordan 1s when it comes to the sole score. Just a very average shoe like underfoot. Just so old, barely any technology. Kind of feels like you just strapped a thick book under your foot and you go and walking in those. And in terms of the versatility, my personal opinion, I think the Jordan 1 Low OGs are the most versatile sneaker ever. Even more than the highs. I think if you just poll like a random group of 100 people, they would prefer a low cut over a high top sneaker. And this shape, in my mind, when someone says, think of a silhouette for a sneaker, this is what it would look like. Wearability of the colorway, very easy as well. Olive is one of those colors, I think, apart from like white, gray, black. It's one of those colors that I think is super easy to wear. Just fits a lot of different colors. Absolutely can wear this anywhere, any day of the week, no problems. And today's throwback of the day, it is the Air Jordan 1 Concept Japan Black that originally dropped all the way back in October of 2001. This was actually a Japan exclusive, so it was limited to 3,000 pairs and everyone had like a number on the inside of the tongue. This was not the only colorway that dropped as part of this like larger release. There was that silver colorway. I don't believe this black colorway has ever returned, but you see this kind of nice looking tumbled leather. As a black sneaker lover, this looks absolutely delicious. I think it's time to bring it back with premium materials. I am here for it. Don't make it super limited. Let everyone who wants them get a chance to grab them. I will give you my money. January is a pretty quiet month for sneakers overall. A lot of basketball shoes have dropped, but for like casual sneakers, in terms of Nike and Jordan anyway, relatively quiet month. But to end the month, this is a very welcome release. Love this shoe. So that's it. Thanks for watching. So inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG medium olive. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.